Alex D'Souza is getting ready for what could be the biggest day of his life.
I've never spoken to a girl in that kind of manner before.
New territory for you. So is Huda Ansari.
I want to find somebody who's ready to accept me as I am.
And Pankaj Gaikwad, who wants to meet someone who shares his interests.
I like Taylor Swift.
You like Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Pankaj has been blind since birth. Like Alex and Huda, who are also disabled, he's now heading into the centre of Mumbai, India's biggest city. Most people in India think of marriage as essential, and everyone wants the perfect match. So people with disabilities are used to finding themselves shut out of the marriage market. Now many of them are starting to hold their own matchmaking events. For Alex, Huda and Pankaj, today will be their one chance this year to find that special someone. This matchmaking event is the brainchild of businesswoman Sushmita Bubna, who's been almost completely blind since the age of 10. How are you feeling about the event this morning?
It is going to be fantastic.
Positive attitude.
That's the only what I can keep right now.
She's expecting 100 hopeful singletons. What kind of work do you do?
I work in a bank.
You work in a bank?
Actually, I'm a computer engineer.
I'm a professional singer.
Are you? Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Participants in the room are a cross-section of high-achieving people, but they all feel that there's something missing. And that's why they're here.
Oh, hi.
How are you doing? Hello, Lakshmi. Pankaj, the Taylor Swift fan, is 28. He works at the tax office. He came last year. This time, he's hoping for better luck. How are you feeling so far?
It's feeling good. It's feeling good.
Okay, that's exciting. Alex is 33 and works as a private tutor. Is this the first time you've been?
First time.
Okay. What are you hoping to get out of this event?
I'm hoping to find my life partner. That's one reason.
Are you excited?
Yeah, nervous more.
Oh, I feel nervous. Alex's mum, Irene, nursed him through his childhood polio. They're both Catholic. Is it important that Alex finds someone who's Catholic?
I don't mind that, but I want a simple girl that she look after him.
What would be your ideal daughter-in-law?
I feel Catholic only.
You would be Catholic. You do want a Catholic, okay. A lot of thought's gone into the layout of the room. Over here are the participants and the volunteers, and over here are the parents in a separate section, so they can't interfere too much. Sushmita, the organizer, has some sharp words for the parents.
Generally, हर कोई parents आता है अपनी कुछ checklist लेकर कि मुझे ये चाहिए. तो इसीलिए हम voice vision पे believe करते हैं कि match your capabilities rather than matching your disabilities.
Each of the hopefuls is given a chance to make their pitch.
Before I go from here, I don't know whether I'll find my partner or not, but I do want to make few friends just like me.
Huda is 38. She has difficulty walking after a bout of polio as a child. Have you seen anyone at the event who is interesting?
I've seen so many.
No marriage material? No? Not yet, anyway. The participants write down a list of people they like. Oh yes, she sounds great. The organisers introduce people who've chosen each other. So you're going to go and have a chat to them?
Yeah.
Okay. Exciting.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Pankaj is deep in conversation with Lata, who's also blind.
Can I ask you something?
Please.
Oh, is this Lata is beautiful?
Very beautiful.
Oh.
She's very beautiful, yeah. Do you want me to tell you what Pankaj looks like?
Yeah, you can tell. You can describe me.
He's very, very handsome.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Seriously, I'm handsome.
What kind of person were you looking for, Lata? What about music and hobbies? What about Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift. This is my favorite singer. Taylor Swift, Ellie Goulding, Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna.
A few other couples also appear to be hitting it off. But soon, overeager parents are crowding into the participants section. You can't stop the parents interfering.
Yeah, generally that's why we don't keep extra chairs, so they don't come and sit. But still they manage.
There have been 4 hours of introductions and subtle bargaining. Okay, cheese. But as the event wraps up, it's hard to know if any of it will lead to marriage. There was less interacting than I was expecting after the introductions were made. The organisers told me that many of the participants were just too shy to talk to each other, and that the real action happens now as families and individuals get in touch with people they like the sound of over the coming days. A few days later, I decide to call on Alex to see if there's been any news. Nice to see you again. We're going to your place. Alex braves Mumbai traffic on his scooter, trains at a gym every day, and has even run part of a marathon. But this is his first time trying to find a wife. Did you see anyone that you liked? Was there anyone?
Yeah, there was one I liked.
And? Has there been any developments?
Developments means, yeah, we spoke on the phone for some three-quarter of an hour. The way she spoke to me and all also was like the kind of same person I'm looking for.
But there is a potential snag.
They are from a Muslim family, so I don't know.
She's Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if things goes on well, I guess we can form like we can set an example. I'll be the Western side and she'll be the Middle Eastern side.
I think it'd be
great. And we can be an example for the world.
It would be great. I head to the other side of town to meet Alex's new friend. It turns out we've already met. It's Huda. Nice to see you. Like Alex, she works from home tutoring school children. This is also her first time looking for a partner. Is Alex a potential match?
Just half an hour talk cannot make me do that, but maybe if I develop friendship with him, maybe if I feel that he can understand me. Thing is, somebody must understand me.
Do you feel that someone else with a disability would be more able to understand what you feel?
Yes, if I'll marry a disabled person, I will not have that inferiority complex. He will not be able to say somewhere in future that I could have got somebody better than you. Right?
Huda still lives at home with her mother and brother. She's led a sheltered life and has never left the house by herself. This is a big contrast to Alex. Nothing seems to bother
I told him that I don't go out, I cannot walk alone. He told me take a stick and try going out.
Huda says the conversation with Alex has inspired her. This evening, she's planning to walk to her sister's place, a few blocks away, entirely on her own. Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, never ever. This is going to be the first time. I'm very excited.
Because previously your family they're very protective of you. They don't want you to be out there.
Yes. I might fall down. I might get hurt.
I guess you might. I mean, that's the risk, isn't it?
It's okay. If I fall down, I'll get up again and I'll walk and I'll not tell them that I fell.
Huda and Alex have only spoken once on the phone, and yet he's already inspired her to try and do something that she's never done in her life. Whatever happens in the future between them, that's already an amazing outcome. And Huda isn't the only one with news. The next evening, I visit Pankaj at the flat he shares with his parents and siblings. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Hello. He tells me he spoke to Lata yesterday.
So she is quite confused. Like she wants to take her time with it.
What is she confused about?
About decision. Like she said, it's very spontaneously. She cannot say anything.
Wait, you have to go back a bit. What decision is she facing?
Decision to marry or something. That way only.
The decision to marry?
Yeah.
You proposed to her?
Propose as in I asked.
But
Not
you...
exact propose like, when we are giving hint to someone. Are you getting it?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Pankaj explains that he hasn't exactly proposed, but asked whether she could see him as marriage material. And what did she say?
She just smiled or she just that way, like not exact answer. I didn't get any exact answer from her.
In spite of the uncertainty, he can't resist telling his parents.
It means I like. तर तिकडे एक मुलगी बघितली त्याचं नाव लता आहे.
अच्छा.
पण ती मुलगी मला आहे 6 वर्षाची मोठी आणि चांगल्या जॉबला वगैरे.
अच्छा. तसं हे असं तर म्हणजे 6 वर्ष काय आहे? तुम्ही लोक सुखी राहिले बस झालं. Indian samosa.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Pankaj says his parents have always been very supportive. Because Pankaj has a disability, is it more difficult to find a life partner?
लड़की भी ढूंढने का थोड़ा मुश्किल है. अभी नॉर्मल मुलगी कोणी म्हणजे ये नहीं करत ना लवकर. चलेगा जाएगा वैसा मतलब. लेकिन करने का शादी.
Things were different in their day. They had an arranged marriage. When did you first see each other?
Engagement.
At the engagement.
Engagement.
And what did you think?
अच्छा हुआ, खुशी हुई.
She was happy.
She is happy.
She was happy then.
I'm also happy.
Oh, that's great. Next day, I return to see Alex. He's on the phone with Huda.
I heard that I've inspired you to take a walk from your house to your sister's place. Oh, thank you for making me a superstar.
They've been speaking on the phone regularly. What's going to happen now?
Nothing. I told her I'll call her back in the evening, and she said you can call me anytime. So I just asked her if she can meet me in person and try to arrange things up from there.
Well, you going to ask her tonight?
Yeah, I might.
But there's still that issue of religion. Huda is Muslim and Alex Catholic.
In my family, from my family side, I'm saying, there have been mixed marriages and they're very successful.
So there's tolerance on your side, but we don't know about her side.
Yeah.
There might be more...
Do you think it'll work out?
It's in the hands of fate. I don't know. I want it to.
What are the chances, like percentage-wise?
Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Alex is going to call Huda tonight and ask her if she wants to meet. And he's not calling it a date. It's just a chance for them to get to know each other better. Now all she has to do is say yes. As word of these matchmaking events has spread, they've started popping up across India in towns and cities where they draw participants from much poorer backgrounds. I'm on my way to one of them, 8 hours north of Mumbai, in a city called Ahmedabad. Today's matchmaking event is one of the first of its kind here. Participants have come from all over Gujarat, a state with as many people as the UK. The organisers have put the word out on social media. In fact, they seem almost overwhelmed by the interest. There's a real sense of excitement. So, where have you come from today? How far is that? 6 to 7 hours. 27-year-old Hiren Gohil runs a sweet shop. His hand and leg were injured in a childhood accident. He's been looking for a wife for 3 years. What kind of woman are you looking for?
મારા જેવી લાયકાત મળે હેન્ડીકેપ અને ઓછી ટકાવારી હોય બી આ સાઈઝ હોય ખાલી નોર્મલી પગમાં તકલીફ હોય તેવી છોકરી જોઈએ.
The event begins. First, all the participants head to the stage to introduce themselves. Some give inspirational speeches.
Nothing is impossible for disabled.
Others get stage fright. You don't feel like it. Are you feeling shy? As the participants break for lunch, I find Hiren. He says he's found someone he likes, number 22. Is she still here? Hiren looks very hopeful. What happens next? Good luck. This could be the breakthrough in his 3-year search. Suddenly, there's an announcement. One couple has already decided that they have a future together. So this is what everyone here is hoping for. A male and female participant have just announced that they're getting engaged to each other. They've come here today, met each other for the first time, their families have agreed terms, and the next stop is marriage. Congratulations to you. The newly engaged couple, Ujwala and Paresh, seem overwhelmed. When you woke up this morning, did you ever imagine that you might be engaged by the end of the day? And Ujwala, what about you? It's an auspicious start. And the organisers are hoping for more successes. They're preparing this area for introductions. These men have been told to take their places, and it seems like the women they've chosen are about to come up and join them. But the way this event has unfolded so far, it's never clear what's about to happen next. But I'm really hoping that our guys are not getting stood up. The minutes tick by, and not a single woman comes to the stage. It seems to me that they aren't coming because they don't want to appear too forward. It's just too public. The event's coming to a close. I spot Hiren. He's taken matters into his own hands and he's spoken directly to the girl he likes, number 22. How did things turn out? You turned her down on the basis that she was too low caste for you. The Harijans, or Dalits, were once known as the untouchables and shunned by other Hindus. But how can people with disabilities fight against discrimination if they're going to discriminate against people simply because of what caste they're born into? Talking to Hiren, I felt like shaking him and saying, get over it. She might be from the wrong caste, but she could be perfect for you in every other way. And there's so many signs that people with disabilities are overcoming prejudice in India, and they're finding partners, they're making lives for themselves, getting jobs. And yet there's this other prejudice, centuries old, that Hiren just can't let go of. I return to Mumbai. It's the night before the Hindu festival of Holi, an annual celebration of togetherness and renewal. It's been a week since Pankaj asked Lata if she felt they might have a future together. He hasn't received a definite answer. Instead, he feels he's getting mixed signals.
We spoke yesterday for an hour at least.
For an hour?
So she acknowledged my calls.
I'm confused and anxious. I can't imagine how you must feel.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating. Like we cannot think about what is in her mind, like what is going on in her mind.
If in the end she's absolutely firm and says she can't feel like that about you, how will you react?
I feel sad. I guess I'll feel sad for a few days at least.
But you'll recover, and there's next year's event.
Yeah, definitely. Then maybe there will be another Lata.
My heart really goes out to Pankaj. He finds himself in that terrible and occasionally thrilling zone of uncertainty that transcends culture. It's got nothing to do with religion or caste. It just boils down to the age-old dilemma. Loves me not. I catch up with Huda. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
How did it go the other day? For the first time, you went out and walked your sisters.
My feet were shivering like that, but I managed somehow. And it was thrilling and I felt really good. I felt like independent.
Do you think you'll do it again?
Sure.
It's amazing to think that only 1 week ago, Huda would never have considered going out like this. You've had a real big change in your life.
Transformation.
Is that unexpected?
It's shocking to my family.
Really? Well, what have they said?
What has gone into you? What's happening?
Do you think they're worried?
They are.
Really?
They are.
Earlier, Alex told me on the phone he hasn't quite asked her out yet. Do you think you guys might meet?
I don't know. I told you I have to develop some good friendship with him. But about relationship, it's very doubtful.
The fact that he's a Catholic and that your family's Muslim might be an obstacle in...
Yes, if I would have been somewhere in Europe, it would have been okay for me. There, people don't mind. Families don't mind. It's not a big issue. Out here, it's going to be a big issue. People are going to point at my family.
When you look at all the factors that affect marriage, religion, caste, family, it seems like disability is quite small compared to the others.
No. You cannot ignore that. Everybody wants a perfect wife, a perfect daughter-in-law, a perfect sister-in-law. Nothing can be overlooked.
And people with disability are seen as imperfect.
Yes.
Marriage in India is more complicated than I ever imagined, and even more so for people with disabilities. There's so many things that you have to get right.
Yes.
It's amazing that anyone gets married at all.
Don't say that.
But the people I've met are embarking on this journey with resourcefulness, hope, and even a sense of humour. The path ahead is full of obstacles. It could lead to heartbreak, but might end in lifelong companionship.
Thanks for watching this classic Unreported World episode. Click the logo to subscribe for more award-winning documentaries from the Unreported World team. We upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday, keeping you up to date with content from all over the world.